you know, and, forget about Jewish girls,
Yeah.
Because my first girl was a Jewish girl, and she just wrecked it for all the other Jewish girls. Just awful to be with. We'd get in an argument. If I would look at a girl in another car, okay, I had a 69 Le Mans, and we're driving down Kings Highway in Brooklyn, she'd open the door to throw herself out of the fucking car and move it. But I'd have to grill. What the fuck is... This was not a one-time event, okay? This went on at least once a week where she's throwing herself out of the car, a moving car. And so one night I asked her to marry me, because I wanted to guarantee getting blown. It was New Year's Eve, right? And so she goes, let's go tell my parents, whatever. So I go, it's 2 a.m. We don't have to, let's do this instead, because now you're going to be married. And no, let's go. So we go wake the parents up. And we're sitting there. And I actually sort of did this in my first special, Dice Man Cometh, right? Where this girl calls me. She goes, what's he ever going to be? He's like a nothing. That's how this girl would act. Because her father, I don't want to name names or anything, but her father at that time was a top NBA ref in the country. And back then, referees were as famous as the players, and I don't even follow sports, but he was like, if you heard his name, it was like, fuck, and the guy made like 50 grand a year and, all the perks, whatever. So we wake the parents, we're going to get married. And she starts in with me. It's 3 a.m. about the ring. Now I'm working in a clothing store. I'm bringing home like $200 a week. And I wasn't thinking this far. I wanted the blowjob. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about spending 30 grand on a ring, And she goes, what do you mean you're not going to get me? I go, I can't afford an expensive ring right now. And she starts a fight in front of her parents. And all of a sudden, I'm an explosive personality. So I'm just like, fuck you. Fuck her. I'm yelling at the parents. I go, you keep this no good fucking bitch. I'm out of this relationship. And I go to leave the apartment, which had a bunch of steps leading to the front door, that she's now wrapped her arms around my neck and letting the feet drag on the steps. And I'm screaming at her father, get this fucking animal off of me before she gets fucking hurt. And the father's fucking pulling her off of me, and I'm like...
This is 3 a.m?
This is 3 in the fucking morning. Happy New Year, Andrew. Happy fucking New Year. And, so after I went with that girl, I swore off like Jewish girls. And on my way to L.A., first it was San Diego, where my sister lives, and that's where I met Sandy, who was, she was a great chick, And I guess she liked my attitude because, I knew I was in comedy for 6 months. I don't know about spots. I was headlining Pips after my audition on a Wednesday night. I was headlining Friday, Saturday, because I had an act where I turned from Jerry Lewis into John Travolta from Grease, so it would just kill. So when I come into the Comedy Store, because my sister goes, oh, there's a Comedy Store in La Jolla, And I go, yeah, but the one in L.A. is where she goes, no, I think they're connected, So I go over there and remember John the bartender?
Yes.
Okay. So it's daytime. So I come over to this guy and I go, yeah, I'd like to, where do I sign up? I want to go on tonight. I just came from Tahoe and Vegas. I was performing there. It was a Sandy Hackett thing. And, I made it like it was a gig, but it was just a showcase. And he goes, oh, you can't just sign up. You gotta talk to the manager. And I go, well, where is he? He goes, no, it's a she. She's in her office. Knock on the door. Be nice with her. I'm like, yeah, okay. Like I'm not even thinking Mitzi comedy stuff. It means nothing to me. So it's Sandy, and yeah, can I help you? I go, yeah. Where do I sign up for tonight? She goes, what do you mean? Where do you sign up? It doesn't work like that. I go, honey, I just did Vegas. I just did Tahoe. I want to go on. Like, what do I got to do? And she liked me immediately, because like might as well have been from another planet because I was from Brooklyn. And I never left Brooklyn till I came out here. And she goes, well, why don't you come back tonight about 9 o'clock and I'll get you on. And I went on and dazzled her. And next thing you know, we're in her, she had this great Riviera. And next thing you know, we're walking the beach and, where they keep the condos. And, and then I come to LA and I showcased for Mitzi. I did 28 minutes, which the MC, Rob Aguayo, do you remember him?
No.
He was an MC back then. But I don't know who's the boss, who's the owner. I just went on and I did my whole act. I give a fuck with the 3 minutes. And this guy starts screaming at me as I'm leaving the stage. And I go, are you the owner? And he goes, no, but I'll make sure you know. I go, get out of my way. Unless the owner tells him. I go, I didn't come 3,000 miles to do 3 minutes, okay? So move out of my way. I'm warning you. And then I'm in the bathroom, putting all my Jerry Lewis stuff back in the bag. And there's a guy next to me. This is my first experience here. And, how you doing? In the regular bathroom, in the original room. I go, yeah, good, Oh, me and you, we sort of wear our hair the same way, because I had a lot more hair back then. I go, yeah, great. Can I help you with something? Because I don't do that, he was like coming on to me. And who was it fucking with me? Gary Shandling. That's how I met Gary Shandling. And he started laughing. I'm Gary. Yeah, okay, goodbye. And then the next day, I get a call. I was staying with my friend in Alhambra, where I just banged this other chick on the couch that he set up for me through his wife. And I get a call. You got to come to the Comedy Store and sign papers. You're a paid regular. And I didn't even know what that all meant. It was Mitchell Walters that kept calling my father in Brooklyn. He saw me at Pips in Brooklyn. He was one of Mitzi's main guys. You know Mitchell.
Yes.
So when he saw the act I was doing, he kept calling my father at his office going, you don't understand. I have prepped Mitzi. Your son needs to come out here. And that's the reason I even came to L.A. was because of Mitchell, And, because he did a whole number. But he kept calling my father till I finally said, you know what? Let me go out for 2 weeks. And I didn't go back to Brooklyn for 9 months, for the first visit. Because Mitzi was like, you can't go back there. You're a star.
What year was this?
It was 79. February 79 is when I came out here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I started September 13th, 78 at Pips in Brooklyn. So half a year later, I'm in L.A. So I don't know if there's a comedy boom starting to happen.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.